Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to teach you the sixth chapter of history, decline of the Mughal and the rise of independent kingdom. So let's start. The 18th century was a significant period in Indian history as the map of India's landscape of India underwent major changes. The most powerful empire of medieval India is the Mughal Empire, established in the mid 16th century, was beginning to show sign of decay. Means the Mughal Empire was most powerful since Babur. So it saw a sign of decay, means it is beginning to decline. So there was many changes in the map since many of independent kingdom rise in 18th century. Factors that led to the decline of the Mughal Empire. There are many factors that led to the decline of Mughal Empire, but some of them are as follows. War of succession. A war of succession broke out between Aurangzeb's three sons. After his death, among them Bahadur Shah I, also known as Shah Alam I, ascended the throne in 1707. Soon after his death, his son Jahandar Shah emerged victorious chiefly with the help of Zulfikar Khan, which is a powerful noble. Next is inept successor. Aurangzeb ruled over a vast area with an iron grip, means he ruled very strongly, but his son was not that much capable, or the latter Mughals, which was not that much perfect to rule a country. So we know that latter Mughals are after Aurangzeb and before Mughals are before Aurangzeb. So there was these things. Then we'll learn the next region. Failure of Jagirdari and Mansabdari system. As we know that Jagirdari and Mansabdari system was introduced by Akbar. So it was failed in this time during the rule of Aurangzeb. Now Aurangzeb policies. As Aurangzeb has attacked the Deccan for many years, for almost 20 years. So after that the coffers of the state was not that much and the coffers of the state was needed. So he introduced a new tax system known as jizya, which was tax on non-Muslim. This was the main reason for the decline of the Mughal Empire. For this the Hindus, Sikh, Jats, mainly the Hindus, had a lot of discontentment on this. So this was the main reason. Then after that, agrarian and economic crisis in the 18th century. With the decline of the Mughal authority and increasing pressure on the Jagirs, the agricultural economy began to face a crisis. Since the noble Jagirs were transferred currently, they had no interest in following any long-term policy for agriculture development. Taxation rate kept rising and a burden on the peasantry. The peasants refused to pay the revenue. Next is the foreign invention. Foreign invention is also a main reason for the decline of the Mughal Empire. The Persian ruler like Nadir Shah invented Delhi in 1739. Nadir Shah attacked to weaken the Mughal Empire. He looted immense wealth from Delhi. The Kohinoor diamond he took, the peacock throne, which was a symbol of glory and grandeur of Mughal, was taken by him. Ahmed Shah Abdali, an Afghan ruler, also attacked Delhi for 5 times in 1748 to 1761. So the Mughal Empire lost its valuable expenses and the wealth by the foreign invention, and it is also a main reason for the decline of the Mughal. Now we'll study the rise of the independent religion kingdom. So the rise of the independent and regional kingdom. The distance of the Mughal Empire created the vacuum that facilitated the emergence of independent and religion kingdom. There was many kingdom like Bengal. I told that there was the largest kingdom like Bengal, Awadh and Hyderabad. This was raised due to the independent and religion kingdom. So let's start and read about Bengal, the most richest province of India. So let's start. Bengal. Murshid Quli Khan, the Diwan of Bengal, took advantage of the growing weakness of the Mughal Empire by asserting his independence in 1717. Means that Murshid Quli Khan was the Diwan of Bengal in Dhaka. Then he took the advantage and make a new capital in Murshidabad. From his name the Murshidabad came. So after that, after his death, his son-in-law became the Nawab, whose name was Sujauddin. Next, after Sujauddin, his son Sarfaraz Khan. Then Sarfaraz Khan was defeated in the Battle of Giria in 19th April 1740. Means he was defeated in the Battle of Giria in 9th April 1740 by Alivardi Khan. Alivardi Khan ascended the throne of Nawab as the Nawab of Bengal. Then he was the most powerful Nawab of Bengal. Then after his Siraj-ud-Dullah became the Nawab. At the age of 21, he was defeated in the Battle of Palashi in 1757 by the East India Company or Britishers. So after that, Bengal, the richest province of India, went on the hand of British. Next, Awadh. The state of Awadh converted the modern-day district of Kanpur, Lucknow, Faizabad, Ayodhya and Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh. In 1722, the Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah appointed Saadat Khan as the governor of the province of Awadh. He was known for his intelligence and courage. So, after his Safdar Jung, his son-in-law, was appointed as a Wazir of Awadh after the death of Saadat Khan, and the army was reorganized and many fertile neighboring and Muhammad Shah he conferred the title of Chin Kuli Khan, Nizam-ul-Mulk and Asaf Jah. Next, we will start is of Mysore. When the powerful Vijayanagar kingdom collapsed in the 17th century, many independent kingdoms went to war against each other. Among these was the kingdom of Mysore, which had been successful in protecting its independence despite the recurrent attack from the neighboring kingdoms. Under the leadership of Hyder Ali, Mysore soon emerged as one of the most powerful kingdoms in South during the 18th century. Hyder Ali began as a foot soldier in the Mysore army and gradually rose to become the ruler of the kingdom. In the year of 1761, he kept the rebellious Jamindars in check and proved the conditioner of the farmers. So his son Tipu Sultan proved to be the worthy successor. He became to be known as the Tiger of Mysore and continued to keep the British force at bay. Then the next we will learn is Rajput. The Rajput. Since Akbar region, the Rajput has been alliance of the Mughal Empire. However, when the orthodox Aurangzeb ascended the throne, many of the Rajput revolted against him. The Rajput state of Jaipur, present-day Jaipur, earlier it is known as Amber, Jodhpur, Marwar and Udaipur, Mewar, took advantage of the growing weakness of the Mughal Empire after Aurangzeb and declared their independence by the 18th century. Most of the Rajput state that became independence of the Amber ruled by Savai Raja Singh was the most renowned. However, the Rajput rulers could not unite and form an empire. Each state had their own individual goals and interests which often caused conflict among them. The corruption in the army court could soon be seen in the Rajput court as well as, and eventually the British East India Company took advantage of this. The Sikh kingdom under the guidance of Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th and last Sikh Guru of the Sikh, had grown Sikh powerful. Though the Sikhs were known as to be the peace-loving, he had to instill in them a martial spirit so that they could fight against the persecution of the Mughals. Hence, he organized a military brotherhood known as Khalsa. When the Mughal became valuable after the invention of the Nadir Shah and Ahmed Shah Abdari, the Sikhs moved in and took control over Jammu and Punjab. The Sikhs soon organized themselves into 12 political groups called misls. Each misl had their own leaders who governed their areas and waged war against the others. It was Maharaja Sanjit Singh, leader of one of the missiles, who untied these 12 missiles and founded a kingdom in Punjab towards the end of the 18th century. The next is Marathas. The Marathas rose as the most powerful kingdom. After the decline of the Mughal Empire, Shivaji fought against the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb to free the Marathas from being under the rule of the Mughal. Under the leadership, the Marathas declared themselves as independent. Shivaji carved out an independent kingdom near Pune. Past day it is known as Pune, which comprised of territories from Bijapur, Golconda and some Mughal territories. The Marathas went on to become important rulers in the southern part of India. After Shivaji's death, the Peshwas, the prime ministers in the court of Maratha, took control over the kingdom. Pune, present day known as Pune, remained the capital of the Maratha Empire. The Maratha army, under the guidance of the Peshwas, raided areas occupied by the Mughal Empire and other religious kingdoms. The Maratha kingdom gradually came to the include part of Malwa and Gujarat in the west, Punjab and Rajasthan in the north, Bengal and Odisha, present day Odisha in the east, and Hyderabad and Mysore in the south. It is to be noted that many of these states were not directly under the Marathas' rule but had to pay tribute or taxes, Chauth or Sardesh Mukhi. So, with this, the chapter ends. Thank you for watching. So you will get also question answer in my videos of this chapter. Thank you.